Researchers are beginning to ask why some people want to squeeze puppies and others want to sniff babies. One night back in the 1990s, I dreamed that I'd been stabbed in the stomach. When I bolted awake, pain sent me hurtling to the bathroom where I threw up. It felt as if a creature inside my belly was trying to claw its way out. When I was about 10 years old, I announced to my father that I had decided never to have kids. Dad said, "You'll change your mind." But I didn't, and now, at 30 years old, I had an unbaby growing inside me, an ovarian cyst the size of a grapefruit that, doctors warned me, could at any time rupture and fill my abdomen with blood and pus. I was fast-tracked for an operation and paired with the first surgeon available in my insurance network, on a kind of terrible blind date. "You probably want to know how much weight you're going to lose when we remove the cyst, women always want to know," he said. That's when I allowed myself to loathe him. After the procedure, the surgeon told me that the ovary he had removed contained some worrisome cells that might someday evolve into cancer. He said that after another year or two, I should consider getting cleaned out. It took me a minute to understand what he meant. Even though I didn't actually have cancer, he was suggesting a full hysterectomy. "You don't have to get the procedure right away," he said. "You could wait. That would give you time to complete your family." "Complete my what?" I said. He spoke slowly, as if to someone with brain damage. "You need to get pregnant right away and have all your children now." By family, he meant kids and a husband, possibly also a Volvo. But for me, family was my menagerie of eccentric friends, zine makers, puppeteers, indie rock roadies, the 7 roommates who shared my house, the boyfriend who slept on his mom's couch. My first thought was, how dare he? My panic was primal. I wanted to hit him, or claw out his eyes. I felt more horrified by the prospect of being pregnant than of having a hysterectomy. I splurged on a second opinion from a top doctor who said that there was no reason for a hysterectomy. But he, too, suggested that if I wanted children, I should hurry. "I have zero desire for kids," I said. It was in that moment that I knew for sure that I'd always felt this way and always would. If not for my precarious reproductive situation, I probably would have pretended to be ambivalent about kids for 10 more years. I would have told people, "I'm not sure. I'll decide later." But now there was no later. So I came out to everyone. My boyfriend, who wanted to be a father, dumped me. My mother screamed at me, then mourned. And some friends grew distant. They couldn't understand. And the truth is, I couldn't either. Why are most people born with the urge that drives them to have children and others, like me, not? I began to wonder if science had an answer. First, though, I had to learn how other people felt. Because I'd never experienced so much as a pang of baby hunger, I believed this emotion was just an invention, some myth that the patriarchy created to keep women down. My friends set me straight. Several told me, actually, baby hunger's a real thing. Women and men described the way an infant's face peeking out of a stroller had forced them to reckon with a keening desire. Soon some of those friends were dads and moms. Like Mary. Back in college, she and I played in a garage band together and shared a pair of white go-go boots. But then something sent us hurtling down different paths. One day, she placed her first baby in my arms and instructed me to sniff the little boy's head. "You've got to smell this," she said. "It's like a drug." I sniffed obediently and said, "I'm not getting anything," which was my polite way of saying that actually I detected the tang of spit up. Mary was stumped. "Really? You don't smell that? It's like baking bread, but 1,000 times better." She would end up having 9 children. And I would have none. We've become used to thinking about sexual desire on a spectrum, from heterosexual to homosexual, with lots of people falling somewhere in between. Might there be a reproductive desire spectrum too? Over the past decade, I've been hunting through the scientific literature for answers. And I haven't found much of anything. Reproductive desire seems like a big subject to have been bypassed by researchers. Perhaps there's a simple explanation. For most of human history, people, women especially, haven't had a choice about whether they wanted to become parents. Maybe it was easiest to assume that everyone simply wanted a baby. But as birth rates decline in every developed country, it's clear that's not the case. Recently a new window has opened up onto our reproductive desires. And it has to do with, of all things, how we perceive cuteness. Anyone who has been on the internet lately knows that cuteness can get weird. Lemurs with keen painting eyes, infants dressed as peapods, cats with toast on their heads. The internet offers up achingly sweet, cute porn because those images grab our attention. There's something almost aggressive about the way we crave cuteness. Several years ago, the actress Leslie Bibb perched next to Conan O'Brien's desk and riffed about a baby so cute that it drove her crazy. She pantomimed her extreme reaction to the infant by gritting her teeth and clenching her fists.